Hi guys, it's me Karen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to attempt a page in this book. It'll be one of Sammy's check-off list. So it's a fairy tale, well-known person. I'm pretty sure this is a well-known fairy tale. I pulled out a bunch of Polychormos because I have them sitting on my desk and I thought I would try them out. I'm going to start with dress, maybe his collar, maybe this pole here, some of these particular colors. So what I pulled out in the Polychormos are the Naples Yellow, Brown Ochre, Dark Naples Yellow, Light Yellow Ochre, Green Gold, Ivory, a white Prisma, and I might pull in some other browns like Nougat or Siena, probably a good one. I have that sitting on my desk, burnt sienna. So in between any of these colors, I'm going after the colors in her dress. If you'll notice, they are pretty much those colors minus whatever this one is that I brought out, but it might be nice for the shade. Okay, so we're going to start with probably a light color first. So, Naples Yellow, and then we'll move on to the dark. So, we'll place this on the lightest areas, like her glove here. And I'm going to put these down very lightly, because we're going to be doing a lot of different layers. But I want to make sure that I can blend these. Okay, so the waist of her dress here, a little up here on the collar. And down this side also. And right up here underneath that collar and on her other little glove, and of course her little fingers. Boy, she's got tiny fingers. Or he's got really big fingers. I'm also going to put some of this right up here in his collar going upward. Now, one of the things that you will have to remember in this book, that side over there is a painting. This side over here is pencils. So unless you got out, and I believe those are oil paintings, unless you got out your oil paints, which I don't own, because I don't know how to use them, you're not going to get the same effect on the other side. I'm putting in the light colors on his fur too here. His jacket. His vest. This will be darker, but I want to get some light colors in there. He's got some pockets on one side only. There seems to be something yellow here, but I don't know what that is. And then his little, so I guess it's this ornamental thing. And these guys have some yellow in them too. So we're just going to plop them in. Boom. And he's got a yellow glow over here, but he doesn't have it here, so that's white. This is roughly, and he's got a little gold right there, gold buttons. And he's got a little gold coming down in his pant area there, a tiny bit in his fur down here. Okay, back to her dress. Oh, did I get his horns? He's got a little in there too. She's got some in her hair. Her earring. Tiny bit on her shoulder. There must be some glowing light in here somehow. Okay, then we come down her skirt here. He's got a little bit in his fingers there. Okay. That ruffle and over here. Okay, and then these ruffles are going to be kind of white, so we're going to pull some of that yellow this way. And leave the center light. Come down this side. And then that is dark in here. Light out here. And then it's a big mess on that side. Let's see. We have a curve going this way. We have our curve here. See, there's a line here that isn't even over here. So we have our fluff, we have our fluff, we have our fluff. And then we have our skirt that comes down. And I don't know what this is because it's not here. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to bring our dark color up through here. So there, through here to this point. Fluff that. This one. This one. That one. We have our little flowers. She's pulling her dress up here. Dark here. Dark coming out this way. And I'm going to pull it out that way. And make that a line that goes up into there. And there we go. We've got our light down where we want it. And up here on the wall, I don't know if you can see on both sides here, we have a lightness that comes down here and kind of inside all of these areas. So over on my side, I'm going to do the same thing. Put the light in here. It's in the heart. Come down to this area, it's in here. It's on this side. The more we come down, the darker it gets. This side is the back side and it is darker still. So put a little of that lightness inside the squares here. Okay, the things here are done in a different color, but there is some splattering of this on the floor. So we're going to splatter some on the floor. It's only on this side. So there we go. Could do the same thing with her dress. I'm just going to lightly, the side of the pencil, put that in. Okay, next color. So I don't cramp my hand, I'm going to set those down. This is the dark Naples Ochre, same color, darker shade. So we're going to put some of that in there. You kind of want to be careful not to put too much color that are too close in here. This is almost the same color as the other one because we want to put some browns in here. This seems to be part of his coat, but that isn't. Okay, we'll come back to that color. I want to bring in a darker shade. So we're going to go with the brown ochre. And we're going to do this darkness under here. And I'm going to turn the book here a little bit. I'll get you down just a little closer. Let me angle it so it doesn't just get on the pencil, but right underneath here, we want to darken that. I'm going to sharpen this just a little bit so I have some kind of point on it. Okay, so I'm going to go right under it, or actually right on that black line. And bring it over. I want to do that on the side of the black line too. Just so you can see a little of that peeking out. Do the same on the other side. There's a little bit of darkness here because it's in the fold. And just make an extra little fold coming down there. Okay, do the same on her gloves. Her gloves, can you see the other side here? They wrap around her arms, so it would be darker under here, darker here, and just a little bit of dark so you can tell where it is. So we can add a little bit of that on her arm. And then bring some of that color up. Just lightly. And same on the other arm is done the same way. Bring some of that darkness down. Bring it under. Okay. Now we're going to bring a little from under here, shadowing area. slightly defining her waist here. Skinny little thing. On her wrist, there'll be a little bit of darkness. And right where her thumb comes out. On her fingers over here. Coming down here. Line kind of goes up to his hand, and then there's a shadow here. Okay, the shadow comes out a little further on this side. We have one here. And I kind of blur all this up together. We don't have that luxury unless we paint that part, but we're going to darken these. Here's a shadow. So I'm going to darken all the ones that go in this direction. Get one more here. Okay, now we turn it. Then we go the opposite direction. So you bring some shadow down here. This one goes this way. And then we're making this one do this. So this line I don't want. We want one coming up here. Okay, and we go this way. So we're going to bring this one. This one goes up here, one little space. This one comes here. We have a little fluffle here. We're going to make a fluffle here. It's so hard when you can't tell what's on the other side, so we're making it up now. Go ahead and use this one. Don't know what to do with that piece. Or that piece. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a little Posca, and we're going to get rid of this line here completely. Just add in some white there. And then on this one that does this thing, I'm going to cover up the top half of that. And just try to use that part. Floop, floop. So we have 2 here, we have 3 here, we have 2 there, and this piece doesn't really go here either from the other side. So we're going to take it out. And see how that manages. Let that dry and come back to it. So we'll do this side of the skirt over here. This one here. All right, we're getting there. A little here. We need a line here. So we have some coming around here and going back this way. That one goes that way. Now let's see what we can do here. This one comes up to here. And there will be a little line that comes down like this. Okay, comes up to the point. This one comes up. And this one goes over. There we go. And this one here is this one that comes down, and then it just kind of has these that fluff into each other, so we'll just attach them up there. Attach that one up there. Make that a little darker. We'll get those whiter so you don't see those. Make that darker. Anywhere it connects into these pickups, we want them darker. We want to know where they are. They need to be seen. Okay, and that goes true for her waist up here. There. Okay. I'm going to take the white Posca again, and we're just going to draw it right up that line and get rid of this moon shape thing. And I think I'm going to do that a little better over here too. Okay, take that line a little bit. I think that looks okay. I know you can still see it, but it's all going to be covered up with color when we get there. Now in his jacket, excuse me, it's darker in the curve here of his neck. So we're going to darken that there. We have a little bird on his hand, so we want to be careful. And behind here, this wrinkle comes down. On this side, it is darker in this area. Then it kind of fades out and blends into everything. And it's really dark down in here. And coming up here, we're going to attach it to that and make that part of his jacket. Because in the painting you do not see that line. You see this one, but you don't see that one. So I'm going to take out that line and probably a little portion of it here. Let that dry. It's dark under his arm here. not as dark over here, but it should be. We'll put a little of it here. And then coming down, we'll go down one side. Kind of blurs into the blue over there. So then it's just wrinkly here. Okay. So blue will be going into both sides. I think this is the one we should have done in the gold, and this one, let's see, eraser time. I'm going to take that out and make that blue because this is his tail back here. Come on, eraser. Get a little piece out for me, will you? Make sure it's clean. And we'll just take out this line that I colored. It should still be blue. So it'll have a little shadow in it. And do this one with the shading. Okay. This here is a little darker brown than the gold, so we'll darken that up and darken this side here. And put a little of this in his vest. This is his white fluff that he has up here that kind of comes down over his vest here, so we don't want to get that. It's supposed to be white. And just put some shadowy areas in here. Okay. Oh, we forgot to put her shadow area under here too. So we'll do that. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Okay. Now for the brown, or at least that brown. What do we have here? The green gold. We're going to throw a little of this in here. It's going to brighten everything up a little bit. I want to get it especially around the flowers. We still have to color those. You can see all this, right? I'm just going down her gloves. I'm just adding a little brightness on top of the brown that we put on there. A little extra shading while I'm at it. We're gonna try to leave some white areas here because it's harder to put them back in once you take them completely out. There, I don't know. It's just a line that doesn't need to be there. Still, I'm always using a very light touch on this so we can do more layers. Okay, we'll throw a little ivory in here. So I won't color over it. And if I do, it'll just be light, so it's okay. Again, we want to leave some areas white. I don't like that line, so I'm going to get rid of that line too. It's going the wrong way. At least for me it is. I'm thinking this line here. I don't like where I put that brown line. I know there's a white line in there. We're going to try to get that to look a little less white by adding a crease of the dress going down in that direction. Okay, make sure that's all covered up by making those creases go upward. We will let that dry. And get the ivory over here. Yeah, we will add the yellow back in over on this side when we're messing with this. So we need a little more yellow up in here. Very lightly. Bring it down into the flowers. The flowers are yellow over on that side, so we will be doing that. Just very lightly bringing it over and getting a nice yellow tone over the whole dress. think it's kind of a gold dress, right? Okay. Going to bring in the Siena. I'm going to sharpen that though. Sanguine might look really nice in this too. Do I have that too? Hee, I do. Let's try that first. We're going to put a little Sanguine in here. So what we're trying to aim for here is this kind of orangey color right in this area that goes up. So we're going to add some of that in there. Now mostly the orange is in this area here. When you get on the back side, it's more done in the golden tones and white, so I'm not going to bring it back there too much, but it is underneath all these flowers. And again, we're mimicking painting, so don't expect it to look too much like that. Okay, we'll bring a little of that into the flowers. Just like that, so we'll have some kind of coloration going there. Gonna put a little of it around her waist here. And a little on her elbows. And some up here in his collar. Okay, I don't think that's too bad. We're getting there. think this is supposed to be yellow too. Boom, yellow. Gonna add a little of that. This is the first color, the Naples Yellow, into those flowers. And again, right back over everything we did. Keep our gold going. Okay. Kind of really wanted to get this dress done, but I don't know how long I've got this video going for. That one may not be a good one. Yeah, those are reds. Those are not the colors I had out, so we'll just put those over there and we'll pull it out. What do we have? Black and walnut brown. The walnut brown we're going to bring in here just a touch in these darkest places. Right up to those pickups. Darkening up those lines. I think his vest is a little more orange. I'm going to bring in some of that Sanguine in here. We can throw a little of the yellow in that on top. And what do we have here? The brown ochre. And then a deeper color over here, just to give it a shadow. And this one's even shadowed more. Get the eraser here. That little area needs to show up a little bit more. And that needs to be a little brighter. I tell you guys that my eraser is my best friend. I tend to use it a lot when I'm in the coloring mode and I go, oh, she needs a highlight here or highlight there. I will go in and add it with the eraser. So like around the neck up here, it could be just a little whiter. So I'll just pull out a little bit of that. And there looks to be a highlight back here. Gloves, and there's a highlight there, which we have, but we need one right in here. And she has the couple that are down in here that we are trying to keep, and on those, and on those and those, and if I go over it too much, we'll just erase it back in there. But we also have to make sure we get her dress shaded the correct way too. What did I pick up? I don't know, but it's a perfect color. It's the brown ochre. And I'm just trying to get it to shade all that over there. And this side's a little lighter, almost white yellow. But we want to bring some of that in here. Around his finger. And around her waist here. We don't really want that black line, but there's nothing we can do about that black line. It's going to be there unless we cover it up. Okay, we're going to go in with black and pull those lines up in here that we either modified or weren't there to begin with. We just want them to do their thing and show up where they're supposed to, and not show up where they're not supposed to. I don't get that one either. It should go up. Anyway. There we go. Okay, put a little white line in there, or if it's brown pencil, we can erase it. There we go. See what else we got here. Okay, we either darken that up with the red pencil here and get rid of those lines on both sides. They kind of hide in the red, and then just go over these again with a little bit of light. Just so we don't see them as much. And I don't know, I think that is going to be it for me today, and we'll come back for part 2 and we will work on it some more. Hope you guys are enjoying, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye now.